Fortnite Season 2. I'm recording this the day after the start of the season. And let's just say, this season pretty damn good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my thoughts on Fortnite Season 2. Today, we're going to talk about what I think of it, what can be improved, what are the pros, what are the cons. So, Season 2. Yeah. Woke up at 5 in the morning my time. Only realized I could have slept in and played the season because there was no school. Because of snow. So, yeah, that happened. I don't know. I was expecting I had to wake up early so I can get the video out. But you know what? Not unless I was able to get my Season 2 launch video out. And I've played a lot more of this season. You'll see gameplay that I got yesterday and the first day of the season in the background. I played a lot yesterday. I've gotten a couple wins. You know, it's pretty sweaty lobbies. That's how it always is in the first couple days of the season. When I look at this season, though, the AR meta, for sure, is very strong. I love how all the ARs are very usable. Obviously, the burst AR for me is probably the worst one since there's no aim assist on it on controller. But nonetheless, you keyboard and mouse players are probably calling it the best AR this season. Of course, the Hollow Twist AR is the easiest one to use and probably what most of you guys are using. I'm not the biggest fan of this being in the game, but it is what it is. And then the new AR, the Collateral AR. I was saying it wrong yesterday. The Collateral is a great gun. I was completely ignoring it yesterday, but you know what? The more I've used it and I've actually practiced with it in creative a little bit, the gun is really cool. It's really fun, and I think it could be an AR that can make it work. I guarantee some of you guys are going to die and are going to mistake people for aimbotting. I'll have a clip of where I got smoked with it, and you'll probably think the guy was aimbotting, but that just shows you how good and how quick the DPS of the new Collateral AR is. So I think the ARs, I'm not the biggest fan of two red dot ARs. I would rather the Collateral had a more clear cut. Sorry. I'd rather the Collateral had a more clear-cut way of being the best AR. But you know what? We can't control it. I think, we'll definitely see some balance adjustments. The mobility this season is one of my biggest cons. Well, as a Zero player, at times it's really good. The Sub-Zero combat kit has a melee attack that can be strong at times. And the ice mobility is not very consistent. That's something you'll understand about the mobility this season. It's not the most consistent, and when you look at that mobility item, all it really does is you can move ahead with ice, but again, there's a cooldown. Plus, durability makes it where you're not going to be able to use it the whole match, which makes it really frustrating. Obviously, it'd be really nice if you found another one, but again, there's nothing guaranteed. The unvaults are something that I really like this season. The Mammoth Pistol is back, and by the way, that thing I've learned is better than the new sniper, which is another positive this season. Snipers are back, they're strong, but I think the Mammoth Pistol is about as good as it gets. It's a fan favorite item, and it's really cool to use, and really fun to use, satisfying, all the above. I think it's better than a sniper, especially with the hit scan and no projectile bullet drop. So, one of the best guns this game's had. It's back. And so is the burst, which, again, I talked about it. It's a fan favorite. It's not ideal for controller players. It hasn't been since Chapter 5, Season 4, sadly. Hopefully Fortnite fixes that and makes us controller players have a chance with the burst. We want to use it. I think it's a fan favorite gun. And I hope that we can use it. The map changes brought in 4 new POIs. Yesterday I missed out. I remember I was able to mention that the Night Shift Forest, Twinkle Terrace, Lost Lake, and I did not remember that Burr was gone. I may be forgetting a POI, but let me know in the comments which one I'm forgetting. Probably a POI that really does not matter in the end. Oh, and Warriors Watch. That's right. So the POI I was missing is Burr, but Burr was one of the least sought-after POIs. The new POIs, though, are really good. I think they feel a little bit too small now because there's a lot of sweaty players and they're very busy. Obviously, that's how it's going to be on the first couple days of the season, and that may change. I think Outlaw Oasis is probably the best POI for us Zero players. Good cover. There's enough loot. There's no boss there. Crime City, though, is the main POI that we have. This POI is really big, really strong, has a weird layout. It's kind of awkward to be fighting there, but you know what? I think it's a cool POI. I don't think we've really had two realistic city POIs on this map, obviously including Seaport City. I don't know if I can call Crime City a real city. It doesn't have any big skyscrapers. Let me know if you guys think it's a city, but I think it's a good POI. Again, like I said, awkward to fight at. And then we have the Shiny Chefs POI, which is kind of a new version of Shifty Chefs, a fan favorite POI from Chapter 1. And this POI has some of the new black market loots, which comes from the deal bits at the vaults. I really like the deal bits, and I think it's a unique way of getting good weapons, rather than the way that they handled bosses last season. There are a lot of mythics that you couldn't get because the Shogun X's were really risky to fight. And some of the mythics weren't that good, so the risk really didn't come at a great cost. There was about one good mythic, being the Mythic Sentinel Pump you can get from him last season. But now, your playstyle and whatever mythic you would like, you can use your deal bits to figure out what mythic you want at the black markets with different locations. You have the new Sniper as a mythic you can get from a black market with a deal bit. You have the Mythic Sentinel Pump that is still in the game that can one pump in build mode. And then you have the new Collateral AR for you people that like to play long range. Obviously, there are new medallions every season, and both the Night Rose medallion and the Invisibility medallion last season have been removed and replaced. I think the new Werewolf medallion is really good, especially with the new speed boost. I don't know how I feel about the Nitro thing being in. I never thought that running into a character, another person, and knocking them back, giving them damage, I still think that's really dumb. But you know what? At least it's counterable, like a lot of our overpowered mobility items we'll talk about. I think that the mobility items this season, by the way, are a lot more counterable than last season. We have the new Kneecapper, which, again, it's an okay mobility item for zero builds. It can keep you vulnerable. I think that the charge up time you have really between uses before you have a cooldown is a little bit too short. I think the mobility this season has felt weak in aspects, especially this season. Season 1, we had Void Oni masks, so obviously it's going to take time to get used to less quick mobility. Shockwaves are in the game, but again, they're really hard to find sometimes, and they can be very situational. The Kneecapper, I'm happy about it, that it's replaced the Typhoon Blade. It's our new Typhoon Blade look this season. The Kneecapper has its use with the way that you can sprint jump and not take fall damage no matter how high you go. As long as you're sprint jumping, you're safe. I'm glad the attack that you have to charge up that does 90 damage like the Typhoon Blade that can cause fall damage is more dodgeable. The Typhoon Blade had the ridiculous 14-meter attack that for some reason was never nerfed. This new Kneecapper has a much smaller range. I don't know the specific range. I would guess less than 5 meters. Also, the charge up makes it more balanced and helps you stay alive with more fairness and not die to something that takes no skill in a very unpreventable way this season. I think the new Sub-Zero combat kit, as I talked about, its mobility is very inconsistent, but its new attack has its moments where it's really good, but also can be very counterable. The knockback can make it really tough to fight against, but also, with the strong ARs this season, I think it's still counterable. What I'm saying this season is the loot pool balancing is a lot better. Instead of having a Typhoon Blade that can knock you back so far that it's uncounterable, we have stuff that is strong, but is very counterable. You have to be precise. We don't have swords where you click a button and you don't have to be precise. With this bat, you have to be precise to get good attacks, and so do you with the Sub-Zero thing. If you're not precise, as you guys saw in my Fortnite Season 2 is Here video yesterday, because I was not precise, I died with the Scorpion Mythic, or the Sub-Zero Mythic, sorry. But I'm really liking Season 2. Also, the Battle Pass is a lot better than I think maybe some of us anticipated. Some of y'all still may hate it, but I really like this Battle Pass. I think it's got clean skins that have the original Fortnite ideas, and it feels like the identity of the game is back. Original ideas, original skins, maybe a collab skin. But you know what? It's more Fortnite. Oh, also, we have an original Fortnite skin being a secret skin. Something we don't see very often. I'm very excited about that. There's a lot coming in Season 2, including the Outlaw Shotgun and the Pump and Dump. 2 weapons that are going to be really sought after. Especially the Pump and Dump, because of the Pump SMG taking up 1 slot, swapping with that combination. It's going to be really fun. I'm excited to see that, and we'll see it in the March 11th 34.1 update along with the Outlaw Shotgun. The shotgun looks like a very good shotgun designed for zero build. Good damage. It has 2 shots. I think this shotgun could definitely beat out the Sentinel Pump, as we really do need shotguns with only the Sentinel and the Twin Fire Auto Shotgun coming in, with shotguns being good at best, but not the most reliable, but the Mammoth Pistol being very reliable. I'm excited for the future of the season, and I wonder if we're going to get another item for Mortal Kombat once the Scorpion skin comes into the item shop. We don't have any leaks on it yet, but we may get some in the coming days. I'm excited to see what's going on. Obviously, also the Rocket Drill will be coming in the next update, which is going to be very exciting. I can't wait to see what Fortnite does this season. There's a lot of potential. I feel like this is something that can sustain itself, unlike the Fortnite Rex season that can get very stale. This season had cars that were very overpowered, but then they got nerfed, and it was very stale, as we know. And it doesn't help when you have bad updates. But I think a season with good loot pool balancing and updates that keep the season theme going over and over again with vaults, mythics, different unique ways of doing things. I mean, everyone was all concerned about, oh, it's another heist theme. Yikes. I don't see that in this season. The heist theme is just fine, and they've made a new unique way with it, with throwing down thermite and having to blow it up slowly but surely, but also check your surroundings so someone doesn't third party you. This is different than a classic eliminate a boss and get a key card. It's a lot more satisfying, and I think it's something, unlike the bosses with key cards, that can sustain itself. Obviously, the old heist seasons sustain themselves other than Chapter 2 Remix because there were good updates. I thank you guys for watching my thoughts on Fortnite Season 2. Let me know your thoughts on Season 2. What do you rate the season out of 10? Right now, I'm going to give this season a 9 out of 10 to start. I think it's really good. I think the mobility needs to be sped up a little bit. It may be a little bit more consistent, but other than that, I think this season is in good hands. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more content like this. And let me know if you want to see me rank things on this season, battle pass skins, weapons, whatever you would like. Let me know. I'll see y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Peace.